Well, we did it.
We did it. It's the first step.
We sold the house. I can't believe it. It's kind of bittersweet.
It is kind of bittersweet, and it's kind of a little bit scary and happy time. So it's kind of cool. It's really not really the first step, I guess, because we've been kind of thinking and planning, and we've already got the boat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and really the second part was really how to get out of here. You know, with the house, with the kids, with all the stuff inside there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I guess it was about 6 months ago we were sitting in here having a conversation about how we're going to do this. You know, we found the boat we want. We've got the deal worked out. We're going to do this, but how do we go from this big house with this big mortgage and all of the stuff inside of it to the boat? And it just kind of hit us one day. We have a way to do this. We need to sell this house now. The market's really good. We don't know how much longer it's going to be good, the housing market. So we just decided, hey, if we're really doing this, now's the time. We spent several months getting this house ready to go, and we're going to talk more about that in another video coming up. Everything that was involved in that. How did we get rid of decades of accumulated stuff that this house was full of and is now gone? So it's been quite an interesting and eventful 6 months, and I cannot believe we're here. It is now the end of April, almost the end of April 2022, and we're just about a year from when we first decided to do this, right?
yeah, and like you said, it's kind of interesting. Last 6 months we've kind of learned about us and what's important to us and what is maybe not so important anymore. It's almost like being red pilled.
Yeah, it's a new perspective.
It is. It's kind of like, you know, because this is a beautiful neighborhood.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
a beautiful house. We've moved into a smaller neighborhood, a smaller house, and it's kind of funny. I've talked to Amy about it, and I've kind of like, hey, what do you think of this house? It's half the size of the house that we're in now, and it's kind of funny. It's not so much the house; it's actually what it means, and the ability to be able to do what we want to do, to travel, to cut expenses now, so that we can kind of do what's important. Because I think what's important to us is being able to enjoy life while we can.
That's right. Here we go! Woo! That's kind of an overview as to where we are right now. I think that the last 2 years, the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of terrible things came along with that, but the two of us, I guess, we're just ready for something new and different.
We are taking our first step in searching for our new home, which happens to just float.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. For my biggest concern is, okay, I go live on a boat, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. And then I get there, and after 6 months or a year, like, oh man, I made a huge mistake.
Yes! Yes! It's perfect! So we've discovered that we turn into geniuses on these walks. We are figuring things out. Our load of stuff. Starting the long goodbye. preparing for an estate sale. So, what do you do when you lose your own lawnmower keys? You hotwire your lawnmower. Oh my gosh. Well, We're back from Guatemala. We bought the boat. We gotta get this house ready to sell. That's the next priority. So today we're getting in a little bit of drone practice. It's hot. It's South Louisiana hot today.
Slowly.
So how do we do?
That was pretty good.
We've been like two bulldozers at this point, just focused on our goal and knocking out the things on our checklist that we need to get done to get there. So it's exciting. As you can see, we're taking down iron fences, ripping up weeds and redoing flower beds. And there's still a lot of stuff in here. Ooh, that's a bee. Yeah, so this house, I've owned it for 7 years. Lots of memories. I don't feel sad, but there's a little bit of a tug at my heart because, you know, this house has meant a lot to me and you and our kids.
Not only that, Amy, I think that I think it's what we're doing is so different maybe than the majority of people, and we're kind of looking at it saying, is this right? Are we like, have we figured this out? Is this the right thing to do? Yeah. Because it is different, and kind of once again kind of back to the being red pilled. It's like, wait a second, you know, we're kind of in a situation here where this is what we're going to do each and every day until we turn 65, and then we retire, and then we go and do what we want to do. But we've talked a lot about it, about my clients, and you know, the wants, desires, and dreams of a 50-year-old is different than the wants, desires, and dreams of a 65-year-old. Yeah. So we looked at it and we said, hey, look, this is what we want to do now, and we may not want to do this when we're 65, or at least in a different way. Yeah. So I think it's important because we want the things that are important to us. You know, it's not necessarily the sailboat that's important. It's the travel and the experiences, and really the sailboat is our vehicle to be able to do that.
So it is the very last night in this house. We are signing papers tomorrow and selling her. And I think right now it kind of hit us like, wow. Kind of,
yeah,
it's kind of, woo, a little bit. I'm surprised because I don't normally get attached to places and things too much, and kind of surprised. I'm a little bit emotional right now.
Yeah, and we've actually been out of here since January, and right now is May
22nd today.
22nd?
Tomorrow we signed on the 23rd.
23rd, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been many months of oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. I guess right after Christmas we started getting things ready for the estate sale. Yeah, we moved everything out that we thought we would need. So we've been living in this little house that Shane already owned. Wow, I'm just, last time.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel a little
It's a mix of emotions, right?
It is a mix of emotions. It's certainly, you know, a new chapter coming forward, but it's a little scary, little sad.
I look around and I see the kids mostly running around, like I see the dogs, and and just like memories are kind of flooding, you know?
I see a big change. Like, this is a house, stable. It's funny that there's a storm outside.
I know.
And I think of how it will be when there's a squall or a storm on a boat. Storms really don't bother us now.
Yeah, hurricanes, that's pretty much what you worry about, or floods. So yeah, there is that here, but it's going to take on a whole new meaning. He asked me actually what I thought of the little house that we've moved into. It is a lot smaller. This house, as you can see, is pretty big, over 2,600 square feet. This house we've moved into is 1,100 square feet, right?
1,250, yeah.
And he asked me how I felt about that house, and I said, I really love this house because of what it represents, and it represents what's coming. It represents adventures that await. But wow, just is kind of a crazy moment to walk through this house one more time.
This is going to sound a little bit weird for me being an investment advisor, and everything kind of is a lot about money. But this here represents to me the American dream, which it's things, and I think we're more looking forward to experiences, people for sure.
Right.
Really, I'm really looking forward to kind of, meeting all you guys out there. The thing that I'm dealing with right now, we dealt with it today, is I don't mind a small house, but we've got so much stuff jammed into the small house right now. It's a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to put on the boat initially that we're going to realize that, hey, we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. And I have a very difficult time just throwing things away because it represents, monetary value to me. And that's the hardest part.
It's a beautiful house. It's served us well. There are many, many wonderful memories here, and it does kind of choke you up to say goodbye and see it for the last time. I'm just kind of looking around so that I can remember later on.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of one of the things that we wanted to do with this channel. Our whole idea was to take people on a real journey from beginning to where we are. And we wanted to kind of show people how we did it with regards to kind of making a decision, then moving to a boat, and then kind of finding places along the way. And right now, like I just said, we don't know what we don't know, but to me, that's the exciting part. And hopefully, if you're watching, that's the exciting part for you too. I know there's lots of channels out there, but I think that's maybe what's a little bit different about us. Is that we want to kind of show you not necessarily places, but maybe a journey, maybe a change.
But here is my beautiful open kitchen. Love this kitchen.
We don't have to worry about power usage. I don't know.
I
have no idea how many watts that refrigerator takes.
Never needed to know.
Don't know.
Life's about to get
Didn't care.
interesting. A lot of new things coming, a lot of changes. But I think it's going to be awesome. And I think it's been good for me to walk through the house and say goodbye. Wow. Well, I guess that is just about it here in Collins Place in Walker. Off to new horizons, big adventures.
Yep. So the
New
next
stuff.
place we see you is Guatemala. And on a boat.
That's right.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to follow our journey and find out what happens next.